everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to a brand new edition of Did You See That? Or welcome to the channel if you're brand new for that matter. Please consider hitting that red subscribe button down below so I can see you again next time. Because today we're here to talk about a movie, however, and it is a film that's just hit the cinemas in the UK today, but I believe it's been out in America for some little time, and it's Paul Thomas Anderson's latest movie, Licorice Pizza. So I was very intrigued to check this movie out, and one of those reasons is I've got to give a special shout out to a fellow YouTuber of mine, Sydney Volpe, if I pronounce her surname correctly. If I haven't, Sydney, I am very musical score of this is also very interesting because it's done by Jonny Greenwood, who is also part of the band Radiohead, which I didn't even realise. So I was like, wow, okay, I wonder who composed the soundtrack for this movie. Yeah, Jonny Greenwood. So very interesting. Now, if you're not too sure about the plot of Licorice Pizza, if you've not seen any of the trailers, basically it's around a coming of age love at first sight love story from 1973 with Alana, Kane and Gary Valentine, where these two, Alana Kane's character is 25 years old and Gary Valentine's character is 15 years old, and it's all about their story and their lives and how their paths kind of coming across. Is it actually kind of love at first sight despite the age difference? So let's just dive straight into my positives. Firstly, I've got to say that Paul Thomas Anderson has directed a wonderful movie. Now, the way I'm going to go about that is simply because the only movie I've seen of his in the past is Phantom Thread, which is Daniel Day-Lewis's last movie. But I know he's done like There Will Be Blood, I know he's done like Magnolia, and he's done a couple of other movies. So he has a very different, unique take and style, however movie he brings to the forefront of cinema audiences. So I can definitely appreciate him for that artistry and creativeness of trying to do something different. Jonny Greenwood's score throughout is fantastic. Whether it is a big number hit that you recognise or whether it's just some music subtly in the background, the music fits every single scene that is going on throughout the movie. But I've got to give a special shout out to two people in this movie. Alana Haim, who is from the band Haim, and we've also got Cooper Hoffman, who plays Gary Valentine in this movie. These two actors and actresses, it's their first ever film roles, and wow, did they knock it out of the park. Truly, especially Alana Haim was utterly fantastic, and what she brought into this performance, I felt like she really drove it home and she really sold us on this character of Alana Kane, who is really trying to kind of figure out her life at 25 years old. She is trying to hold down a job, but at the same time, she kind of wants to be like a bit of a freak, get a job, but at the same time, she's kind of fallen for Gary and his mischievousness, but also at the same time, this mischievousness, he's kind of like an underlying entrepreneur, which is very interesting for a 15-year-old kid. It was a really cool acting performance, and what I can ultimately say all around is the acting in this is terrific. I really loved every single performance. I can't even fault a bad performance because every single acting performance in this played a pivotal role, whether it was to push the plot forward or whether it's to be in that moment to deliver that emotional feels that makes us ultimately want to connect our main two. This movie has also got me very interested to check it out again, and if a movie can make me feel like that, then they've done something right. And I've got to say, of the two movies I've seen of Phantom Thread and Licorice Pizza is by far my favourite one out of the two. I really enjoyed this movie. It was kind of just like a laid back, good, fun time. Yes, there's moments of silliness, but overall it plays with your emotions. You're feeling like you want to shout at the screen and be like, don't do this or do this to the characters. Now, one of the biggest things people might mention is about this age difference. And don't get me wrong, there's parts of it where I'm like, I can't fully buy into it. But at the same time, it's a little bit hypocritical if I say I couldn't, because my favourite movie is Back to the Future. And what happens when he goes back to the future? The mother falls for the son. So yeah, I know at the same time they're meant to be like the same age, but technically it's a mum fancying a son. So it's kind of like that awkwardness of boundaries, I guess you can kind of push films in terms of like of a sexual nature. I can't really say that I hear that part. I can't say I was fully on board, but I can appreciate that it's certainly a different take to it. And I think that different take is what's going to help make this film stand out in the long run. But I generally think that the performances overall are worth going to check out in general, because they are utterly fantastic. And if Alana Haim can produce a performance like this in her acting debut, I honestly think the boundaries are endless for that woman. I think she was fantastic in this movie. So my overall score for Licorice Pizza is... So if you've seen the movie yourself, or you're thinking about going to see the movie, leave your comments down below and let me know what you thought of it, or if you're excited to check this one out. In the meantime, please give this video a big thumbs up, and again, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. And until the next time that I see you, I'll be seeing you later.